I am back in PAI and I am so happy. Oh my god. I am so I'm so happy to be back here in PAI. So happy. This is my third time coming back to PAI. First time I came here, stayed here for 2 weeks, then I went to Myanmar for 3 weeks, I think, or something. Then I came back the second time around, stayed here for 2 months. Then I went to Nepal for 10 days, I think, and now I'm back. And this is this is the happiest time for me. I mean, the first time I came here was wow. I was so mesmerized and so happy. But now it's like it's different. I gained a lot of wisdom in the last 10 days. Nepal, that experience in Nepal really provided me with a deep contrast to my life here in PAI. It provided me with total chaos, first of all. If you go to Kathmandu, which is the capital, which is actually the only way you can get to Nepal on by plane, is just to go to the capital. It is the definition of chaos, the definition of pollution, the definition of whatever the opposite of peace is. I guess chaos, that is what it is. Whereas PAI is like peace. So I came back here yesterday and I have like, man, the contrast is really key. To have the contrast is important. Just the peace here. My God. The peace. The peace. I haven't had peace for 10 days. It's so noisy, it's so polluted. I was having all kinds of, starting to develop like respiratory issues, because of the air. Because of the air, I was starting to have like my nose started to bleed there. I started to have like blood come out of my nose and stuff. My throat was getting all like inflamed because the air quality is just so terrible there. Terrible. And from what I understand from my parents, from my dad specifically, because I talked to the folks back home, a lot of people who live in Nepal go work in like Gulf countries, Middle East, and they're reported to have one of the highest respiratory. My father is actually specifically deals with respiratory stuff, and the Nepalese people who go, when they test them before they can start working, they have some of the highest respiratory issues amongst all the foreigners that go work there. I think the highest, actually. So I definitely got to see that for myself firsthand. So that contrast that that experience provided me, I mean, God, I am so appreciative of being here right now. It's unbelievable. It's my third time back here, and it's gotta be my most appreciative time for sure, without a doubt. The appreciation for the peaceful life that I lead here. And so, hey, look who's here. And look who she came this morning, and my brother had been staying in my place, so she's been going to the place every day. And I'm really happy about Lucy too. I really seeing her this morning put a big smile on my face. So I am basically not a traveler. I thought I was. I'm not a traveler. I'm a missionary. I am a wanderer. Not necessarily in the physical sense, but in the metaphysical sense. You guys know about the wanderer, the starseed. I am a man on a mission. Traveling a lot is very unhealthy, by the way. Unless you're a breatharian, then you can afford to. And if you're not a breatharian and you're traveling a lot, you're gonna be very tired. Okay, it's very tiring. you're constantly changing places, where you're sleeping, where you're hanging out, and to carry out the mission, I think most people also who have a mission and they're plugged into it, you need a route, a place you're rooted to, a place you can stay in, you could get some really good rest. It's very important to get really good rest every day. Something I haven't been able to do well in the last 10 days, because in 10 days in Nepal, I think I stayed in 4 different places. Didn't stay in any place more than 2 or 3 nights. Okay, and you're constantly changing. Saudi Cup. And you're constantly changing places. So your nervous system needs like a day or 2 just to adjust to the place. So it was definitely an experience full of contrast. It made me realize why I had stayed in PAI for 2 months to begin with, because it's such a nice route for me where I could carry out the mission. I got all my places here, I got the nature, the peace, all the beautiful rest that I get every night, just so calm, so nice. It's very important if you have a mission to have a route of which you can operate from. Again, with the exception if you're a breatharian, then you're already so full of prana and it almost really doesn't matter where you are, and it's kind of like you can just afford to be everywhere. But if you're not, and if you're still, your energy cultivation depends on, it depends on being in a particular place around nature, peace, getting solid rest every day. If you're still not at that level where you're living purely from prana, it's important to have a route somewhere you're rooted to. Not necessarily, staying there all year round, because I don't stay in PAI all year round. In the new year, I'm going to Koh Phangan. But that's what I mean, is like you go to a place, maybe you hang out there for a month, root yourself in there. It's very important, really is important. For me, it's definitely really important. And so I'm very, very appreciative now of PAI and of the peace here and of the quietness and of the just me having to carry my mission, because I also just like keep realizing that I'm a God man. When I say a God man, I mean I'm just here to serve God. I'm here to serve my mission, and so everything that I do now is for the mission. Period. There's nothing that I do now, it's just all for the mission. So for me now, it really is about finding these places. PAI is one of them. I get it to spend maybe 3 months of the year here, 4 months of the year. What did I spend here? October, November, half of September, and now December. So for about 4 months, let's say. I have no interest, to be honest, anymore of traveling, because I found the places. Koh Phangan, I'll be going there next year and probably hang out there for 2, 3, 4 months also. Root myself in there and do my thing. It's a sunny season there now. It's starting the high season, the sunny season in the beautiful island. Hang out at the beach, but most importantly, just have a root place where I could carry out the mission. Right? I could carry out the mission. Now I got an exciting idea that I will be implementing in Koh Phangan, but I will make a separate video, okay, which actually involves you guys, which actually involves seeing you guys in person. Okay, so very, very exciting. It's all about the mission for me. So again, having these places where I root myself in, such as PAI, such as Koh Phangan, and possibly even Bali, and maybe we'll check that out in the summer. But I am not a traveler. I'm not here to travel around the world and see it and explore it. I actually don't give a shit anymore. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the mission. I'm here to learn, to share knowledge and wisdom, and to bring us together. And that's basically the idea that I will be sharing in the next video. So just keep an out for, to bring us together in person, to have the retreats and stuff like that. Again, just keep an eye for the next video I'll be making after this one. That's what I'm here for. That's what I learned, because traveling around and seeing, trying to see things and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it takes a lot of your energy. You're constantly checking, which hotel I'm going next, which this, which that, blah, 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 right? And although I stayed on my top of my mission there, made all the videos and everything, but it's chaotic. It teaches you, traveling definitely teaches you, but it's chaotic. It isn't my thing. Period. It isn't my thing. I really, I mean, I have everything in here. Look, see this? I mean, I want to see the Himalayas, right? I mean, who cares? Look, look. Got all the mountains around me. I got all the beautiful, wise trees in here. You know, it's the human side. You know, we're not content. You know, I'm just gonna straight up from now on practice contentment, appreciation. We're not content. If I was to practice contentment here, I'd never want to leave, right? Now I have to leave because the in January and on they start burning the crops and it starts getting super polluted here, even worse than Nepal, believe it or not, because everybody's burning everything. So, but then I go to the Koh Phangan, which I spent a month there, and it was just so lovely, you know. And just for me, also practicing contentment from now on, you know, just practicing gratitude and appreciation for what is around me. Because you lose that, then your mind, because the mind's always looking externally and wants things external, says, well, let's go explore that and let's go explore that, right? It loses its appreciation for the perfection that is, and PAI is just a perfect place. It really is. If they didn't burn the crops, I probably would hang out here even more, even longer, right? But it's also nice to go live on the island. I call it the island, Koh Phangan. Just when I say the island, I'm referring to Koh Phangan, which is a lovely, lovely place with a good, you know, there's a conscious community there also. So maybe I'll start getting in touch with some of the light workers there. There's quite a bit of light workers in Koh Phangan. Because for me now, 2020 is about bringing the light workers together. It's about bringing the wanderers, the starseeds together, and all the people who, the harvests also. So yeah, that's what it's all about for me. And so I got about a month here now. Then I'll head to the island. I love Thailand, is another thing. As soon as I landed in Thailand, I felt peace, calm. Thailand's a wonderful country. Certainly not a third world country by any means. I mean, it's quite, actually, the infrastructure is amazing. And it's pretty good, man. I you know, this is a good country. I love it. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything that is in it. Okay. And I'm just really, really happy to be back here. Happy to be back rooted, having the root chakra, have a place rooted in a beautiful, wonderful, perfect place where I could carry out the mission from. Again, my life is for the mission. It's not, look, because there's three different things that we could do. Three different paths. There is the path to self-serving, or two, really it's two, but then there's also, this is say two, okay, let's say two. So, path to self, service to self, and then service to others, which all lead to service to self, okay? So that's the two paths, you know, not three, two. So I realized something. If I am going to chase and travel and explore and see this and see that, hi Lucy, hi Lucy. So there she is. So if I am going to explore the world and go and gratify myself, essentially, let's go see this, let's go see that, in a way that's service to self, which I totally dig. I've been a selfish asshole most of my life. I have actually been really a selfish asshole most of my life. And when I say this, it's true. This is the truth. Okay, I was the most selfish growing up in my household. Very, very selfish. Everything for me was path to self. Everything for me, service to self, right? That was for me everything growing up. And I didn't share my food with anyone. And my parents always pointed out how selfish I was. And believe it or not, they were actually right about it. Of course, the way they pointed it out, it reinforced it for me and just made me made me get defensive and stuff. But nevertheless, it's true. I didn't share my food with anybody growing up, in the family. Just very selfish. I did everything for me. I wanted to travel the world. I've always had this in my idea, to travel the world, to go see different places for me. Just to gratify my senses, Sure, you'll learn a great deal when you're traveling, of course. Look how much I learned in just 10 days of being in Nepal. I'm like, I came back here, I feel like I came back with so much peace and wisdom and appreciation. So traveling definitely teaches you. I wanted to travel because I wanted to gratify myself. I wanted to gratify, you know, it was just for me, like, you know, who cares? And I could go on doing that right now. My job allows it, and everything in my life allows it, but it isn't the stage that I'm at anymore. I'm actually at the stage now, I can say this confidently. For me, it's about the service to others, which is you guys. It isn't about service to the random person on the street. I don't care about that. Uh, my mission is very specific. It is to serve the harvests and the starseeds, the wanderers. So you guys are a mix of wanderers and harvests. So people going from third density to fourth density, or people from fifth and sixth density who came down to earth to serve also, to do something. And that's the people that I'm here serving, essentially. And that's my life. What else is there for me to do at this point? Nothing, really. Nothing. What I'm gonna go travel around? Is that what I'm gonna do? Gratify more of my senses? Continue to be the selfish asshole that I have been most of my life? Right? It's all about me, 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 me. I want a new experience. I want this, I want that. No, it's about us now. It's about you guys, it's about us. And that's bringing me to the next idea, which I will foreshadow for you because I'm gonna end this video. So I'm gonna foreshadow it for you so you could go jump in and watch the next video. Okay, so I'm creating a community house. Okay, and this will start in Koh Phangan. So when I move, so it'll be 2020. 2020 for me is the community year. It's to bring us together. It's to have one-on-one with you guys, to see you guys in real life, and to be friends with you, to spend time with you, and also to work with you one-on-one in your healing also. Okay, because that's my job here. I have pretty much you know, healed myself of most of the ailments that I grew up with, in so as far as the physical, emotional, and all that stuff. And therefore it's time for me now to spread that work to the rest of the world. When I say the rest of the world, I'm not talking about the average person in the street. I'm talking about the specific people that I'm serving, because that's my world. When I say the rest of the world, that's you guys. So I'm in the process of creating what I would call a community house. So I'll be looking, when I go to Koh Phangan, to rent a house that can host another person with me also. So that's the foreshadowing, so just keep an eye for the next video. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless PAI. God bless a peaceful life. A simple peaceful life is what I have here, and a simple peaceful life is all I want. That's all I want, so that I could carry out my mission. Okay, because there's nothing else for me left to do in this world but to do this, but to carry out the mission. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.